up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real Podcast.
Woo-hoo!
Hope you guys are having an amazing week.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a crazy week.
Yeah, school started for most of you guys. Parents,
for you guys in
teens,
America,
kids.
it's already started.
Yeah.
We're just late.
Yeah, Romanians are... Oh, yeah. We start in September.
Romanians are, that's it.
I just wish you guys and wish everyone some luck to this new school year and full of faith and joy and accomplishments. And I pray patience over you and over me and over everyone around me.
I release it.
And my teachers. Amen.
Yeah, we need some prayer.
Oh, tell me about it.
We got this. It's been a crazy week. Hope you guys liked last week's episode. We had a super fun time with Levi and finishing up that purity section.
It was great.
But yeah, I feel like this episode has been a long time coming. We've been waiting to talk about this for a while. We kind of just wanted to place it well, but yeah, today we're going to talk about pop culture.
Pop culture?
And I love the echo. I'm really excited for this topic. I think it's a needed topic in our generation, and that's kind of what this podcast is about. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
It's gonna be a great episode.
Yeah, we're gonna go crazy. It's not gonna be this.
We're gonna be
convicted.
We're gonna be pop culture.
Yeah,
so
we are.
Don't worry.
I can't find it now. We put a questionnaire on our Instagram. If you're not following us, go follow us on Instagram. I don't even know what our ad is. I think it's underscore.
Underscore Let's Be Real Podcast.
Yeah, so go follow that. But we put a questionnaire the other day, and we asked to ask us questions about pop culture. And I think my grandma, I love her. Shout out to you, Grandma. If you haven't talked to your grandma, go call her today.
Absolutely.
But she asked the best question that I think we should just start with. What is this? Well, Grandma, and to all of you listening, honestly, what is it? What is pop culture? And I think if we're being really honest and real, pop culture is, it's so many different things. You can look at pop culture and be like, movies, TV shows, the arts. You can look at, celebrities. You can look at what's trendy. You can look at social media. You can look at
Pinterest.
There's so many things. I love Pinterest. I just rearranged my room yesterday, and
thank you, Pinterest.
Don't
worry, you don't have to sponsor us.
And I think as teenagers, pop culture is honestly just a really big part of our lives for sure. And I think
especially for our generation.
I love pop culture. One of the questions was actually, is pop culture bad? And I think sometimes Christians, sometimes the church can put this filter on pop culture that it's all bad. And
of course, there are bad things out there.
For sure. There's definitely a positive and negative
but
effect
you
on
have to, because pop culture is all about what you choose to do.
Yeah.
Nobody forces it on you. So even on Instagram, the algorithm just shows you what you have liked or what you spent in 3 seconds on or so and so. Even TikTok has its own algorithm. If you rewatch it once, then similar videos will pop on your For You page 5 times. That is about their algorithm. So it is all about choices. And if you do choose to go and make those bad decisions, then of course pop culture will be bad influence in your life. But if you choose to see the bright side and see inspiration in it and look for other things than other teens do.
For sure. And I think that's kind of what we want to get better at and what we're trying to get better at. I think it's you can look on Instagram, you can pop on TikTok, or even just whatever you're watching, with the music you're listening to, and just get all of this bad stuff from it. And I think we wanted to do this podcast just because we just want to encourage our generation. We want to see it thriving, and I think that's super cool that we get to use this platform, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, these pop culture platforms to be able to encourage and to put out encouraging things that build us up. And I think that's been super important to us.
Yeah, that's really well put. Good job. That was great. But also, I think we just wanted to create a safe place for people who, are on Instagram and are on Spotify, and because there is a lot of negative content. I don't want to call it bad content, but there is a lot of
negative. There is bad content. If we're being honest, there's 100% lots of bad content.
Yeah, and there is negative content that influences us negatively, and we just wanted to be one of those places where it's neutral ground, and you legit don't need to, or you don't feel the need to rush away from the page, or feel like you have to hide what you're looking at, or like something like that. And
I loved what you talked about the choices. I think as teenagers, we're living a life trying to, uphold to the trends that are going around.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, if I was listening to the Juvie podcast, shout out to them, they're awesome. But I was listening to the Juvie podcast, and they were talking about how the stereotype is reversed now, to where it used to be, if you don't do drugs, and if you don't smoke, and you don't do alcohol, and you don't sleep around all the time, then wow, you're so cool. But now it's actually reversed to where if you don't do all of those things, you're not cool. You're not going to make it. You're not going to be in our friend group. You're not going to be cool enough. If you don't have followers on Instagram, then, man, you are really just a loser. Like, wow, I have more comments than you. You have 30 people saying, wow, you're so hot on your Instagram. Then, oh, my word, you're just the coolest person around.
Yep.
And I think, as teenagers, we listen to, what I wish that, I want to get better at this for sure. Even last week, I don't know about you guys, but we love pop culture because it's something we're passionate about. Melly wants to make movies.
Yeah.
I love music. Like, it's a big part of our lives. And I love watching movies. Watching movies. I love watching movies. Yeah. I love watching TV shows. And there was a specific TV show I'd been waiting to come out for, like, months. I was so excited. It looked so good. It had one of my favorite actresses in it. And it came out, and I watched it, the first episode, and I think there was this little voice inside of me, that little voice that was like, hey, Emma, I don't think you need to be watching this. And it didn't, okay, so here's the thing. It didn't have these typically bad things in it. Were they drinking? Were they smoking? Was there sex? No, there wasn't. But here's the thing. There was a lot of really bad language. And it wasn't like, I think it's super hard to watch a movie and not have a little bit of language, because that's just what happens. And
yeah,
you have to be careful in what you're doing. But there was a lot of just really, really, just cursing people's names constantly. And I was, listening to it, and I was like, this is such a good show. I've been wanting to watch this for so long. But actually, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm not going to watch it, because I care more about what goes into my ears. We've said this so many times, what you put into yourself, what you feed your spirit is going to come out. And I think as teenagers, I wish that we would, and I want this. I want us to be able to be listening to things, to be watching movies, and actually think before we do it, and think, what is this about? What's going into my ears? What's going to be coming out of me after I listen to this? And I think, honestly, we're just doing things for the trends of it. That's literally it. People ask, okay, I love Olivia Rodrigo. I think she's awesome. Super amazing, talented person. But Sour is kind of just a breakup album that gets really depressing after a while. And I'm going to be honest. I don't care if I get hate for it. I think it's, like I said, I think she's awesome. But people ask me when they constantly listen to Sour, and they're just like, why am I depressed? And I'm just like, what are you putting into your ears? What's going in, what are you putting in front of your eyes? What are you watching? Yourself? Who are you following?
Yeah.
I have to, it's super important. I think, we talked about this in friendships. It's okay to make boundaries and to distance yourself from people when they're not healthy for you. But it's the same with this kind of thing. It's healthy for you. It's okay for you to unfollow people that actually, what are they posting? What am I seeing? It's okay for you to delete those songs, because I want to be careful of what I'm listening to, because I want something good going into me, rather than to say I do that too. Yeah,
and us as a generation, and I'm also for blame in this, and I feel like everybody does this nowadays, is we are not aware of what we are putting, what we are seeing and what we are hearing sometimes, because we don't pay attention. So
we're so desensitized to it. It's just so normal. It's
exactly. And for example, on TikTok or on Instagram, and you hear this like song, and you don't necessarily listen to the lyrics, but you just like the beat. So you listen to that song again and again and then again and again and again. And then one day, you know, this happened to me so many times. One day when I just actually listened to the song, I'm like, oh, this is not that good. This is not what this is not what I want to listen to. This is not the kind of thing that I feel joyful about, and that brings me that serotonin, you know. And I'm just like, oh.
So that happens to me so many times. So much conviction of like, it's hard. It's super hard to like be aware, because, you know, it's really hard to balance this, you know, living for Jesus, you know, on fire for God, you know, choosing what's right, you know, living in a place of all for him, and also trying to have friends and have a life. It's super hard. I think people don't talk about this enough. But, I mean, let's be honest. Is it easy to be the girl that's like, no, sorry, I don't watch all those shows. No, sorry, I don't listen to all the music. No, sorry, I don't follow those people. Like, all of this stuff. It's not easy. 100% it's not easy. And, I mean, we go through this every single day.
Yeah, and it's ironic because I mentioned school starting, and it's easier to do it when you're in a bubble and when you're in this great environment like me and Emma are. And the base is a great environment, and I'm so thankful for my parents creating it. If you guys don't
know, we are surrounded by YWAM.
Oh, yeah.
Both of our parents are YWAMers. We're YWAM kids. Yes. And so we do everything around YWAM, and we're around the YWAM base.
Yeah, so we hang out at YWAM Cluj a lot. So shout out YWAM Cluj. Exactly. But yeah, I was surrounded in this bubble for so long this summer because we had the camps with kids that we had here, and we staffed, and then we had art camp, and then we had so many church events and camps, and I was surrounded by this for so long that I kind of forgot how much pressure there can be from the outside and from kids like at my school where they do smoke, and they do ask me every time, do you want a puff, or however you call it, and how about we go drink a beer, or like after school, and you know, how about we go watch the movies and watch a R-rated movie, you know, and it's hard not to say yes because I don't know my colleagues very well, and I'm trying to build relationships with them, but I feel like there's no way to build relationships with them only through that. And that's a personal difficulty with me, of mine, because I feel like they're all friends with each other, and I feel like I'm left out because of not doing those things. Yeah. And because of not, you know, going to them that one time to the bar and drinking with them, and now they have a bunch of memories they laugh about in class.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So real.
So that's something that I do struggle with a whole lot right now. And what I realized is that and this is an exercise I've been doing for 3 days now. It's just legit being in a moment and going like, okay, in a moment like that, and going, okay, God, well, I'm thankful at least that I can see them in class and have 1 or 2 conversations a day. So good. I'm good with that. You know,
I love it.
Or thank you for not giving me this addiction, or not letting me be influenced by it, or just thank you for bringing me into their lives so that, who knows, maybe one day they will change theirs, and so on and so forth. So just find those little moments of thankfulness, and
really good.
Just not, if you want to say it out loud, say it out loud. I encourage you saying it out loud, but if you're in class, I don't suggest it. So just think about it and
just
go
scream it at the top of your lungs.
No,
I love it.
Just have a direct thought towards God and say, hey, thank you for what you're doing, even though I can't see it right now. I know I'll see it in the future. So thank you for all you're working through me, and go read your Bible sometime. I should probably go do that.
We're starting a Bible study. I'm super excited.
Woohoo!
Starting a Bible study. Wait. Starts next Wednesday. You guys should come.
This will be awesome.
But don't be like some weird soccer Bible study. But I'm really excited. It's gonna be great. But anyway, I think all of this to say, we just want to highlight the fact that pop culture is amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm super grateful for it. I think we live in amazing times, and you know what? Pop culture has lots of negatives, but it also has a lot of positives.
Yes.
So I think us as a generation, if we can focus on what positives can happen out of pop culture, I think it'd be really, really, really amazing.
And pop culture also ties a lot to, what is it called? These apps that these young kids keep using. Social media.
What's that? What's social media?
Social media.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so it ties in a lot with social media because pop culture and social media can be such a great way to connect with people.
Yeah.
And such a natural way to connect with people sometimes. For example, I love the Marvel movies. I do. And like at Comic-Con one time, I bumped into this girl that was wearing the same Marvel shirt that I was, and we just sparked a whole conversation from that, and it was amazing. And, like, it's such a good way to connect with people, and as, you know, children of God, and as people that want to follow God, it's all about connecting to people.
Yeah.
And it's not turning away from people. It's not isolating ourselves so we don't get hurt. Because God did give us the armor and the strength necessary to not get hurt.
Yeah.
You will get scratched, but you won't get permanently hurt. So, and if you ever need a recharge, you just go back to Him. And that's important to find the balance between.
Yeah, so good. So I think to end it, Jonathan, Laser, you asked, as believers, should we be into pop culture or should we turn away from it? And I think I'm going to say is don't turn away from it. I think in every situation, there's boundaries you can make. And I just want to challenge you guys today. I know we're going to do this. Before you listen to that song, before you watch that movie, you know, before you watch that Instagram's video or whatever it is, before you do it, just think. What's going into me? What am I feeding my spirit right now? And is this something I want to be coming out of me?
And will it affect me in a negative way?
Yeah, 100%. Because I think that's just such a really good way to just cultivate conviction. And I think, you know, people think about conviction and they think, oh, conviction is bad because, you know, it makes you realize all the bad things you're doing wrong. And I think I want this culture to look at conviction as actually it's a good thing. Actually, it's showing me a way that I can grow, and it's showing me the way that I can be taught in, and I can grow in, and I can change something to be more like Christ. And so I'm just gonna say, pop culture is amazing. This is not to hate on it.
Yes, and
also not to hate on Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah,
I think she's awesome.
It is okay to enjoy pop culture.
Yeah, 100%.
It is okay to go to the movies and love a movie or love a song.
100%.
But you have to make sure that if there are negative aspects to it, you block those out and enjoy the right parts.
And also, when I'm listening to only Olivia Rodrigo, what comes out of me is Olivia Rodrigo. But I also want to be listening to worship. You know, it's not bad to listen to music. It's not bad to watch movies. I just think I want to have a balance of, you know, having my first rock, having my first love be Jesus, and that just be what I come from. That to be what comes out of me first. And I would say just set boundaries. What are you looking at? Seriously. I think if we do that, it's gonna be such a better experience. Because social media is amazing, pop culture is amazing, music is amazing. Movies are amazing.
Because they are all representations of what God has put in us and what talent we have.
We can all...
She opened her phone and she almost played a video.
I almost played a video. I think, pop culture is... I'm excited for when it's going to be just a platform to glorify God because it's going to be amazing.
It will.
I think God has so much happening for pop culture, for celebrities. I love celebrities. I have some favorites. Hashtag Florence Pugh. But yeah, I love it. It's going to be amazing. I think God has so much. I think we can all spread some positivity. And
if you can also spread positivity through pop culture without posting. So if your parents do not allow you to post on Instagram, that is completely fine. There's a totally another way to do it. You can just legit do it through people because you find a common ground, something you like
100%.
a movie or a book or a song, and you discuss. You tell them what you think is the great part of that song, and if they kind of identify that, you know, negative song and negative part of the song, and show them that, oh, that's not actually really healthy for me. So I'm probably gonna, listen to your opinions and see,
I love it. Yeah, it doesn't have to just be on social media.
Yeah.
100% could be in the way we live.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful. What's going into your ears? What's going into your eyes?
Absolutely.
And honestly, just start a want for what I want to go into me. Start
purity.
to want.
Start to want purity right there.
Purity more than trendiness or more than status. Here we go. That's it. Start to want purity more than status.
I figured you were looking for that word.
There
the
you
whole
go.
thing.
I'm gonna clip that out. Put that on YouTube. That's why we repeat things, because we want to say them clear and cut them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start to want for purity. Be careful what goes into your mind. Use pop culture because it's amazing and it can be amazing, and pray for it. Pray for the celebrities. I love lots of celebrities. I love with my whole heart, but we disagree on a lot of things.
Yeah, and
it's okay.
It's normal. Yeah.
And it's fine.
It's
but
human.
I pray for them all the time, and I think that's super important. We can pray for these people. Want purity. Set boundaries. Unfollow some people. Be careful. Think about what you're watching.
Also, if
And if you want some encouragement, follow the Let's Be Real podcast.
Absolutely. And also, our first episode is about peer pressure.
It is true. Yeah.
So, go check that out if you feel like you're being peer pressured.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Take care. And
we love you guys. Hope you guys are having...
Absolutely.
Have the best week ever.
Good luck in school again. We will have a great year. Yes. An amazing year.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Yeah. Great episode. Thank you for sticking with us. Make sure to go follow the Let's Be Real podcast on Instagram, Spotify, and subscribe on YouTube. We also have an Apple podcast. Keep forgetting about that one.
Apple Podcast. I don't like Spotify. I'm sorry for all these Spotify lovers. I use Apple Podcasts.
Well, some people don't have an iPhone.
Yeah, this is me and Melly's problem.
Some of
she
us
likes
are poor.
Spotify and I like they're the same, basically.
Spotify is free.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true. I pay for Apple Podcasts. Anyway, so we'll work that out.
Yeah.
We need to go listen to our friends' episode.
We probably should.
Okay, we love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Hi guys, welcome to the extra segment at the end of the episode where we answer the rest of your questions. So
we hope you stuck with us till the end.
Yeah, but if you didn't, we're so disappointed.
So I'm going to read the first question.
Okay.
Opinion on the fact that Disney owns almost everything.
Disney rules all.
Whoa, that was straightforward. Sure, I like the idea. Well,
honestly, I don't even know, man.
So, Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars. So I'm thinking somewhere in the future, a crossover?
What?
Like a crossover between Marvels and Star Wars? Like, that would be so cool because they're owned by the same company now. So it'd be great.
Right. But I think that Disney rocks, and you can't get better than Disney. Let's just be honest.
Well,
anyway, next question.
Okay.
If you had the money required to make a blockbuster Hollywood movie, what movie would you make?
Oh, well, this is a perfect
good question for Melly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you have no idea. If I had a ton of money, like, how much money are we talking about?
Oh, any money. Just
any money? I'd probably just make, like...
Phoenix again.
Just finish our TV series. I'd probably just make... What was the question again? What movie would you make? I think it's a tough question because I either want something like Interstellar and Inception.
100% would remake La La Land. Again, but...
Well...
No, I don't think I would remake it because it was perfect, so never mind. I don't want to remake La La Land.
Sure, but I feel like I'd either want to direct or produce something around, like, Inception or, like, Interstellar, like something with a crazy mind-bending plot twist, or something like Knives Out. Like, those are the vibes I'm going for.
I like that.
So, like, Knives Out is one of my top lists right now. It might be above Marvel.
Wow.
It might be above Marvel. Legit.
Okay, it wasn't that good.
No, hear me out. Marvel has been coming out with a lot of movies lately.
It's true.
And it's super hard to keep up with it.
It's true.
And I don't have the money
They're just overachievers, okay?
Well,
Okay, Knives Out was good. I can understand. I haven't even seen all the Marvel movies. I just want to say Black Widow was iconic.
Well,
best movie I've seen all year. Best movie ever I've seen all year. 100%.
I'm gonna try.
It did not help with my obsession with Florence Pugh. All right, guys. Thanks for hearing us ramble about movies we like.
Yeah, we only had 2 questions.
There you go. Bye. Love you guys.